No, mai haere mai. Welcome to 3 News. Fight back together. That was the banner under which thousands of union members gathered in centres across the country today to oppose what they described as the government's attacks on workers' rights. The Workplace Relations Minister responded by saying the government is delivering for all workers, including the more than 85% who are not union members. Zane Small has the developments.
Under the Beehive, under the Sky Tower in central Hamilton and New Plymouth. Union members gathered in their thousands today.
Union! Union!
From nurses.
We all feel the impact of inflation, but wages must rise above it.
To supermarket workers in their Woolies green. Unions came together to voice their grievances.
The government's priorities are not with the workers. Hard-working New Zealanders that are facing a cost of living crisis, that are struggling at the moment, they're getting little or no support from this government.
There was dancing. There was singing. And of course, there were placards. The unions are pushing back against the government's removal of fair pay agreements, the reintroduction of 90-day trials for employees, and planned reforms of contracting law. In August, 4 Uber drivers celebrated a legal victory when the courts determined they'd been misclassified as contractors rather than employees. The following month, Workplace Relations Minister Brooke Van Velden said the current process for workers challenging their employment status through the courts can be costly for businesses, as she announced plans to clarify contracting law.
Brooke Van Velden's cut and paste contractors law reform bill appears to have been written largely by Uber lobbyists.
As part of the government, I have the mandate to make sure that we are backing business so that business has confidence to go on and employ more people with better jobs.
Union leaders feel the pendulum has swung too far, though, in favour of employers.
They've definitely got the balance wrong, and that's our real concern.
The minister responded with her own message to the Council of Trade Unions.
I do think it's important for us to listen to a range of perspectives. The CTU doesn't represent all workers.
But the unions say there's strength in standing together, a tradition that keeps a song written 100 years ago relevant to this day.
The union makes us strong.
And Zane, the Council of Trade Unions has responded to Minister Brooke Van Velden's comments.
Yes, that's right. In the past hour, the Council of Trade Unions released a statement saying it was, quote, galling to hear Brooke Van Velden try and claim today the coalition is great for working people. The PSA union also released a statement saying an estimated 10,000 workers participated in those protests across the country today. Now, the PSA represents public servants, and in their statement they were quite scathing of the government for cutting thousands of public sector roles, which they described as shameful. But the minister has also put out a statement in response to those protests today. In it, she said New Zealanders elected a government that would get spending under control and lift the country's economic growth. She said, and I quote, "We make no apologies for starting to put things right."
OK, Zane, thank you for those developments.